I just heard gunshots outside of my window, like 4 of them.
We'll get somebody out there.
Out of all these shots that were going off, only 2 hit you?
I don't know how many hit me. I just know I got one in my spine. That's what I'm saying. Like the detectives, I don't know nothing. I just graduated from Job Corps, and that was my way to going to Houston. I had just did my first modeling casting call with Neil Hamil. She chose me, and
that's insane.
yeah, 3 days later, that's when I was.
So you were, these emotions, you're going through all these good times.
Yeah.
Your trajectory at that time is, shit, Qwamaine is about to be a damn star. Yeah, and then that happens.
That happened, yeah.
Well, that exact day, what happened leading up to, you know, you guys getting in the car, you know, you driving to the point that it happened? Can you take us through that journey?
Like how we...
Well, you know, just...
to it.
Yeah, what led up to it that day?
Well, when he said, you know, do I want to come smoke? I said, yeah, I'm gonna pull up. When I got there, he said he was gonna be by himself, but when I got there, he was outside with someone else. Then he came. I was sitting there for like a little good minute. He came to the car and he was like, "Say your name is such and such," and I was like, "Why I gotta say my name is such and such? If I gotta do all this, then you know I can go back where I came from." He was like, "Nah, you good." And then we had to get guards to smoke, so it was a store around the corner. He was like, "My homeboy finna walk to the store. We gotta go get guards." I was like, "So yeah, he can just, you know, get in the car. He can ride with us." Being friendly, I felt like I was being too friendly. And we went to the store. And when we got to the store, I was the only one who got out. That was the first little strike.
What were they like? Oh, you get out and get the car? Is that what they were saying?
Nah, I had to go to the. I had to get money out the ATM anyway.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to go half on the weed. So
Yeah.
am I allowed to say that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We real and raw here.
Real and raw. Yeah, say it all.
So when we got to the store, I got my little $20 out the ATM. Went to the cash register to get the guard, and he came in. He was like, "What's taking you so long?" Yeah. He's like, "What's taking you so long?"
He's rushing you.
Yeah, he rushed me. That was the second strike.
Yeah.
Was you getting a feeling though, like?
But I still didn't feel.
At this point, how long had you even chilled with him? Like less than an hour? You actually?
That
chilled?
was less than 15 minutes. That was like 20 minutes right there. Like,
damn. So you know what that makes me think? That they were planning that from the jump.
it had to be. But I still didn't feel threatened. I didn't.
At that point, I would have been like, I don't even know you like that.
Yeah. And then when we got in the car, he was like, he got the weed at his house. So I was like, okay, well, you know, is it far from the store? He was like, nah, it's like maybe like 2 blocks. So they directed me to a house. When we got to the house, I put the car in park. When he the friend acted like he was finna get out the car, he reached for the handle. And with the other hand, he punched me in the back of the head, and that's when I knew something was gonna happen, but I didn't think, you know.
Yeah, that was gonna happen. You didn't think you were gonna get shot at that point.
So when he punched me in the back of my head, I was finna to jump in the back seat, and when I was finna jump in the back seat, I looked over and the gun flashed in my peripheral.
And who had it? Was the
one I picked up?
Okay.
Yeah. So when I seen the gun flash, I was like, "Please don't shoot me." As soon as I said it,
he shot you. So were your hands up trying to brace for it, or what?
Well, I don't remember all that. I just know, like I said, once I got popped, I reached for the keys. So, you know, they couldn't drive off in the car or whatever. So I just grabbed the keys and I flipped out the driver's side of the car. He came around, and that's when I tried to crawl. When I realized I couldn't crawl, he asked me was I all right. When he asked me was I all right, I looked at him and I pretended like I took my last breath. So I was like,
You see what he was asking you, were you all right, to see if you were
yeah.
still alive?
And I,
so
I figured like if I would have answered, he probably would have shot me in my head or something.
So he was standing over you with the gun.
friend had took out running. I seen the friend when I hit the ground. The friend was gone.
So I wonder if the friend actually knew what was gonna happen. If he took off running, I wonder if he knew.
I don't know if the I don't.
We don't know the answers to that, but it's kind of crazy that he just, because I would think if they both planned to do this, that the friend would at least, I'm gonna stay with you until we drive
Make
off.
sure everything goes that we plan.
Yeah, that's insane.
He took off. He was already gone.
So after he asked you, "Are you okay?" and that's a stupid motherfucker. You just shot me.
Yeah.
Am I okay? You just
okay?
shot me. Yeah. So after he does that, he gets back in the car. He gets in the car and drives off. Because remember, you drove him there.
Yeah.
So what did they do?
He took out running.
That's crazy.
So when he took out running, I just laid there and I just talked to God. My sister had just had my second niece, so I was just like, I'm far from home. I'm just telling God, I'm far from home. Please don't let me die.
Yeah.
And right here, I just let me see my two nieces and you can take me. I just want to let me see my two nieces one more time and you can take me. And soon after I said that little prayer, I just blacked out.
So you don't remember anything after
I don't
that?
remember nothing after that.
Who found you?
I don't know who found me. Whoever found me, I think if I could thank them to this day, I thank y'all.
I think that's nobody but
yeah.
because you could have been laying down there.
I heard that I was in the ambulance. When I heard that I was in the ambulance, I just got up. My name is Qwamaine, saying my name.
Oh, that's when you finally came to.
Yeah. And they were like, they kept telling me to calm down, and I called my mom while I was in the ambulance. That was like the most hurtfulest thing to call your mom and be like,
wow.
Yeah, I was like, Mama, this is exactly what I told her. I've been shot.
Wow. And what's her
the
response?
doctor
What
was
did
like,
she say?
no, the doctor was on while I was on the phone with my mom. The doctor was like, you still
here.
yeah,
Like,
you can
still with us.
you can tell us what's happening. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to know this. You've lost all this blood. That's why you blacked out. You lost all this blood. There's no way you should know everything that you know. I knew my social, everything.
That's insane. That's insane.
Wow.
So at this point in time, because I don't know, man, a lot of people have never, been in the back of an ambulance. Are they shooting you up with painkillers at this time?
Everything, man, everything. I know
So
I had
what happened? You're losing so much blood. What do they do? Do they have, you see blood transfusions and stuff. Are they?
I had to have a blood transfusion. I had a chest tube. I had a chest tube right here. I had never seen nothing like that in my life. It was like a wound. I got a wound right here, and it was like a tube that they had to pull out.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
That's insane.
That when I woke up, I had got the news that I'm paralyzed.
Wow.
So they knew off instant.
And that's when they told me the bullet is in your spine.
What I don't get is this, and man, sorry for harping on this, because you were able to jump out the car, and then they called and everything. So I wonder, initially, were you not paralyzed, or did the bullet travel?
I think when I hit that ground,
You think that's when it happened?
Because like I said, when I was on the ground and I tried to crawl, I couldn't.
You couldn't. Yeah.
I couldn't. So I don't know if it was an instant thing or what, but I remember losing my breath and my eyes swirling,
man,
trying to crawl and couldn't.
To be honest, that's what makes it even more remarkable, man. Think about it. Man, you're shot, you're paralyzed at that point. He even gets over, are you okay? Nobody's around. Somebody calls, he gets to the hospital. It's like, damn, it's a reason you're still here, is what I'm saying.
For real.
It's a reason. And I know, man, you wanted to make the book. And this is just the beginning of telling your story. You wanted to make the book. I think you really have a story to tell, and I think your story can, either help save a lot of people or, I don't know, man.
I think the craziest part of this whole story is how when the detective came, I had just got out of surgery, and I had to do a lineup to pick him out. But in this lineup, I did not see him in this lineup, but I was doped up on medicine. I had witnesses on this and everything, and I didn't see him in the lineup. He only gave me one lineup.
And the thing is this, man, when you're doped up like on morphines and stuff, man, it's just like alcohol. It impairs your judgment. You know what I mean? So at this time, he may be right there, and you're just so drowsy, you're doped up that you may not realize it's him. So I don't think you should be asked to point somebody out when you still have all these drugs in your system. I think they should have gave you a few days, have that out of your system, then how you try to point somebody out of alignment. I think that's faulty police work.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kind of suspicious.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So at this time, you don't see him in the lineup. What happens next?
I hadn't heard nothing. I showed them the message. Well, actually, when I was in the hospital after I had got out of surgery, the girl had found his Instagram. So I messaged him on Instagram, and I was like, "I'm still alive." And it was like, "Next time you'll be dead, faggot."
That's almost like a mission of that I did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
That's,
then when
you
I
basically
showed,
saying,
then when
shot you.
when I showed the detective was like, "That could have been anybody." But I mean, if this could have been anybody, why would he reply with this?
How would he even reply like that? Anybody else wouldn't have known
Like,
that.
who
I
is
just
this,
shot you.
or who is this, or like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
If I don't know you and I'm like, hey, I'm still alive,
And I still have
you'll
this
be
message
like,
to this day.
okay,
That's
I don't know you.
crazy,
Okay,
like-
that is insane.
And then like now I look at his Facebook, and it's like he's married and he's changed. He's not in the streets no more, and yeah, you living your little happy life, but
What about me though?
That's insane.
And I at first I was just gonna let it. Yeah.
So how do you? What are your thoughts? Because sometimes I see people in court situations. You see high-profile cases, and like let's say somebody kills their relative, then you see the relatives. You know, hey, I forgive you. Blah 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 blah. How do you feel? Do you think he deserves a second chance on life? Like, have you found peace with your maker? How do you actually feel?
I'm still.
Be honest.
It's the whole. I wouldn't even wish this on him.
What's that?
Being paralyzed or being killed, I wouldn't even wish that upon him. I wouldn't. That's just not my. God gonna take care of it regardless. So
Yeah.
I know, whatever the situation was, I know that me, no harm. I wasn't there for no drama, no. None of that, yeah.
Like you're saying, I didn't deserve this.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you have to be accountable for your choices, your decisions. You know what I mean? So the thing is, you feel like he should pay for what he did.
Yeah.
What would bring you peace?
But I still don't even think that sending him to jail, like,
Yeah,
he's still not gonna feel the pain that I gotta feel every day.
yeah, exactly right. So what will bring you peace in this situation? If there's anything humanly possible on this earth, what would bring you peace?
That miracle of my legs, I need to be on the go. Like I need to be on the move.
I guess that brings us to this this question. What was life like before being paralyzed, before being in a wheelchair?
Before, I can say I was just always on the go. So I always being used to always being on the go, and then this, not being able to just really do everything that I'm capable of doing because I have to depend on other people or something like that. It's just,
Do you feel like sometimes you're a burden on them?
yes.
And I know
Sometimes
nobody
I
wants to
don't
feel
even
like
like asking people because I feel like I'm gonna be like, it's gonna get on. Yeah, I don't.
like it's gonna get on their nerves like that. And I know that must suck to have those types of feelings. Who can you say has been the most reliable person since you've been in the wheelchair?
I can say I can name like four people who's just really just been there this whole time, and then some of my closest friends, I feel like I've been let down by a lot of people because before there was a lot of people who used to always just call my line and whether they want drama or something, I'm always there. But now I just
That's
feel like
insane. When
yeah.
the table turns, you see who's really riding for you there. And that's sad, man. That's sad. But do you have people though that were with you prior to that happening that are still like close friends to this day?
Mhm.
That's good stuff. And when you come across people like that, man, you have to cherish them.
But I have to say, like, the strangers have been, the friends that I wasn't even close with, they do more for me than, it's just crazy. The whole situation is just crazy. Everything is just crazy.
Let me ask you this. Do you actually know who did it?
I know who did it. His name is DeAndres.
Mm-hmm.
The friend, now I don't know the friend's name.
You say you don't know the
I
friend's
don't know
name.
the friend's name, no.
Mm-hmm.
But he know.
He knows who
He
the
know,
friend
yeah.
was. That's insane. So you know his name and everything, man. That's insane. So were you able to give the detectives his name and everything?
Yes, I gave them his name. I gave them his nickname. They said that when they were doing the investigation, they knew the areas that he would be in. But like I said again, I've never heard anything. 2 years after the incident, after me being told that I didn't have enough evidence for my case, it was said that I needed to come to Houston to do another lineup because he had murdered someone.
So this strikes again. So had they done their job the first time, somebody else could have still been here.
And in this lineup, he was definitely in there. He was the first face.
And you pointed him out at that time.
And even then, after that, I never heard nothing else from nothing.
So as far as you know, he's still free.
That's insane. That is insane.
And
Well, my thing is this: how do they say you don't have enough evidence when you're
and
the
I'm the
person who
living
shot?
proof.
Yeah, you have first-hand evidence because you saw him. You know who shot you. But they say you don't. I don't understand that.
I don't understand.
What explanation did they give you?
They,
You got none.
I got nothing.
That is insane.
I got nothing.
Do you think it was just poor police work from the detective you were dealing with, or?
Yeah. I think the whole thing, just everything that it was, yeah. But I was told that in these cases, it's really nothing that can be done because it's like rape cases. Like with rape cases, it happens too much. So it's really.
What, that they're overworked and undermanned?
I guess that's what she was trying
That
to.
still doesn't justify what happened.
And they closed the case and everything. And I wasn't even told that my case was closed. I had to call and, yeah, your case been closed.
Now, were you working with a lawyer at this time?
No, I haven't had.
Do you
a
think
lawyer.
that's what the issue was? Because I think
I didn't even have I don't even think that would have even made a difference. Because like I said, I don't know nothing about my case. I don't know nothing. I don't know what gun I was shot with. I don't know nothing.
I think in a situation like this, it would be best to consult some kind of legal services. You know what I mean? Because it sounds like they're just twiddling their thumbs and they close your case when, shit, to me it sounds like you have tons of evidence. You have text messages. You know his name. You pointed him out. However, they just dismissed that and closed the case?
Because, I mean, like I said, for them to have 2 years later, at that call the house phone, not no cell phone, they called the house phone.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. And I still don't know nothing.
That is insane. Let me ask you this. Why do you think he attempted to end your life? And just take a second on it and really think, why do you think he decided that day, hey, I'm going to attempt to murder Qwamaine? Like you said, man, your trajectory was so high. You weren't wronging anybody. Was it just simply a case of
I think
wrong
it was,
place at the wrong time?
No, I think that the friend must have felt like, what are you doing with this homo? You know? He probably didn't even feel like what I had on, Yeah.
What did you have on? Oh!
I had on a t-shirt and y'all don't laugh at me, but I had on some tights. And I ain't never did never wore nothing like that in my life. So I think like when I got out the car and he saw that, the friend was like, what y'all, yeah. So I think if the friend hadn't been with us,
you don't think that would have happened? Now let me ask you this, because you sometimes hear people say, like, when people are raped, they're like, and this isn't the right way to think, but they'll say, well, she was raped because what she was wearing, which isn't right. Now, when you were dressed like that, what were you thinking? Were you trying to show off your good figure or what?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Okay. And we're not saying that's why he shot you, and we're not saying that justifies it happening. But yeah, like you said, the friend probably looked at what you were wearing and was like, what the hell y'all got
what y'all got going, yeah.
And I'll tell you.
And then it wasn't even like that, but to him, that's probably,
yeah. And I'll tell you what, like you said, this happened in 2014. Like right now, like homosexuality it's accepted everywhere. You know,
you still got a lot of people.
Well, you still have a lot of people, but you have movements like what is the LBGT, community and everything. There's people that are fighting for the rights, but in 2014 you didn't have that. You know, if you're talking about somebody, you would probably say, "Man, shut up, you fucking faggot."
Yeah.
You know, you would use the derogatory statements like that, but now it's more accepted than it was in 2014. So that's insane, man. What advice would you give somebody meeting up with somebody for the first time and they don't know that individual?
I would just say, meet up. It was nighttime, so I just feel like maybe I should just meet up in the daytime or like somewhere in public.
Yeah, public.
And if no extras. No extras.
Would you also agree that you should probably plan out and have some kind of schedule? Hey, this is what we're gonna do, and don't stray from that schedule. It's like you said, the friend was like, "Man, the weed's in my house."
Yeah.
We didn't even know about you at first.
Yeah.
So now you just the weed man.
Yeah.
And not only that, if he's the weed man, why couldn't he just have it on?
Exactly.
Well, weed man, gonna say, no, hey, come take me to my crib to go get the weed. You know what I'm saying? But I know in the moment, you're just not putting two and two together in the moment because life happens fast.
Like I said, I was in Houston.
Yeah.
2 months down there, I was just.
And I'll tell you what, man, I lived in Houston for maybe a year, and coming from Waco, it's a culture shock. It's so big, man.
It's so big.
You can drive an hour and you're still in Houston.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's insane. So you're probably, this is a new setting. I don't know anybody. Let me meet some new people. So I'm gonna be friendlier than I usually am because I want to meet new people.
But even when you meet somebody like you're not finna think, oh, I'm finna get robbed. I'm finna get shot.
Yeah, especially the first person you meet.
You're not thinking about that.
If there ain't no signs of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then again, when she found the Instagram, he had like all these guns and stuff, and like I wasn't into Instagram then. So if I would have seen that, then most definitely wouldn't have. No.
Yeah, that's right. So you would have had a better judge of his character if you were able to see his Instagram. That's crazy, man. That is so many small things that were missed, And we're not gonna say that would have. Well, maybe you could have used better judgment if you would have saw those things, But hindsight is 20/20. You know what I'm saying? So we're not saying that's your fault or anything, but that's insane. There was so many small clues there
that you just overlook.
Yeah,
they're so tiny, but at the same time they're so particular.
Yeah, man. It's an old saying. They say the devil's in the details, so you have to watch.
Yeah, that's why
every small thing.
Yeah, I don't blame God for this because like I said, He saved me through this.
Oh, without
the devil does work too. So.
Yeah.